that debut was on the SmackDown. I think it was a couple weeks ago. Madison Square Garden. We saw the Bloodline Appreciation Ceremony. And we also saw the first entrance of the newest member of the Bloodline, Jacob Fatu. Now, it has been rumored that he was going to be joining WWE and specifically joining the Bloodline since around WrestleMania season. They said that he had signed a contract with WWE, but we didn't really hear much from him. And then we saw Jacob debut by attacking Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, standing next to Tama Tonga, standing next to Solo Sikoa, and officially joining the Bloodline. I want to know your reaction. I need to know how you feel about the debut of Jacob Fatu, and what does this mean for the Bloodline?
Again, Bay Area stand up. Bay Area out there. I'm from LA, but the Bay know how I give it up when it comes to them. Pause. Hey, listen, I've been a fan of his since MLW. Seen him in GCW. This is all. See, again, they get it factor people being WWE. I'm not trying to bully AEW again, people. I'm just telling y'all how I am because I talk a lot of trash about WWE too, a lot this year. I talk a lot of trash about Cody Rhodes, so y'all really probably ain't gonna talk about. I ain't with it. It's making money though. Again, it's making
Right.
money, but I ain't a Cody Rhodes fan. So with Jacob, I've seen him forever, and then when the rumors came out, I was like, okay, so guess what's gonna happen when he gonna come over there? He's going to be a draw instantly. And guess what happened 24 hours later? He sold merch because that's what it's all about. And he draw weight. So now he's, all right, so I feel like with the Tamatongas, everybody else that they might bring, a lot of these guys probably on best minimum contracts. You feel me? They're going to get 1.2 mil and get up out of there in a year or two. But with Jacob, he could be a lifer. He could be world champion.
Yeah.
That's what the WWE does. They get it factor guys. As soon as he showed up and I seen him in shape, you know what I mean? I said, that's it. Here's your here's your next world champion. He's already a seasoned vet. Booker T helped vouch for him. He has his life in order now. Yeah, people is like, yeah, he's an ex-convict and all that. Dog, he without sin cast the first stone. All right, he did what he had. We from California, dog. We don't grow up that nice. It look nice, but then we don't grow up that nice when you from certain parts of California. Let's just say that. So we get it how we live it. And then don't be fooled by the palm trees, all right? But no, he's the it factor guy. When he showed up, I said, okay, I guess I got to watch SmackDown again. I don't care if he's on screen for 2 minutes. You feel me? That's it. This is the next guy. I'm definitely about to buy that shirt. I still got to get my Jey Uso shirt, and you see how all the lines, all these Fatus making all the money in pro wrestling right
now. Man, let me tell you something. When they decide to debut your entrance and your entrance music at Madison Square Garden, they not playing about you. They're not playing about you. Jacob, like you said, I was a fan of him when he was in MLW. I was a fan of his work prior to WWE, not just who he was in the ring, but just like as a person. Dude is he's a real dude. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking
I know what
at
you want to say, but you ain't gonna say it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say. Yeah, because he a real one.
As soon as you hear him talk, you like, all right, bet.
Exactly. Like in my mind, I'm waiting for this man to get on the mic. Like, and when he does get on the mic, it's gonna be something crazy.
Ready.
It's gonna be they're not ready.
I'm gonna hear the accent jokes. I'm gonna hear the accent jokes already.
But I'm looking at just the branding and the marketing of him, known as the Samoan Werewolf. Like, such a genius spin, right? Like, they could market that in so many ways. The logo is already tough. The merchandise is already tough. Like you said, he showed up in shape. And by the way, because I do feel like the body image conversation when it pertains to pro wrestlers has been a very controversial one, to say the least. Anyone of any shape, of any size can wrestle. However, what businesses do is that they don't invest into what people complain about. They invest into what people buy into. Look at the top guys. Look at the top girls. Most of them physically fit, you know what I'm saying? Muscular, cut, shredded, whatever. Roman Reigns is Roman Reigns, not just because he's the longest reigning undisputed WWE. The man is a sex symbol. I go to my gym. The girl at the front desk at my gym does not watch wrestling at all. She saw Roman Reigns' picture. She's like, next time he is in LA, I'm outside. That's the
Bruh,
point.
not to
That's the
cut you
point.
off, I knew he was that guy. We've been knowing forever because we watch pro wrestling. But last
Yeah.
year, when he really was like up here, oh no, it was some women like on TikTok. I was seeing, of course, it's the sisters. They really love him. They love all the
Yeah.
Samoans, but yeah, they love him. They was like, oh no, who was that? Like it was dudes recording
Right.
their wives, like, yo, who was that? That's the whole point again. What Mr. Nahisi is saying, and that's what we saying. You gotta make the money. You gotta be a draw.
Gotta
The
be a draw.
people in AEW, like you just said, a lot of them not in shape. They just indie guys. They just bloated or they skinny as hell. It's an image business
It's
coming
an
from
image
two
business.
guys that are part of the image business. You can't just get on stage with a gut out with lean unless you're a Detroit rapper, but they're great. So they can do that. But at the same time, for that type of business, for acting, we have to see how you look. You have to
Mm-hmm.
look away because you got to draw money, not just do 1,000 super kicks and high spots and jumping off the top of ladders and going through tables. Nobody give a shit about that. The people with the real money, you know what I mean?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Them people that be in Brooklyn. That's all I can really say with the small hats. They gonna spend the money on stuff that they know
Right.
they're gonna get their money back on.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, and I knew exactly what you meant by that. But yeah, when it comes to Jacob, I'm super excited for his trajectory. I think he's going to be a star. I think he's going to be a lifer. Once again, you make your entrance in the guard. I don't think y'all understand what Madison Square Garden means to WWE. I don't think what y'all understand. I don't think that y'all understand what Madison Square Garden means to New York City. And because of that, I don't expect some of y'all to get it. But Jacob, he's him. He's him. And a bigger conversation that I wanted to parlay this into. I'm thinking about the OG bloodline. Roman Reigns, longest reigning WWE Universal Champion. The Usos, longest reigning tag team champions. Sami Zayn, multiple time intercontinental champion. Paul Heyman, arguably the greatest manager. No, not even arguably, the greatest manager of all time. And now, because of this new chapter of the bloodline that is still considered the bloodline, you have a guy in Solo who could be a world champion. You have Gorillas of Destiny, whose presentation has been so clean. We haven't even been talking about them being former IWGP World Tag Team Champions. Have the potential to be another one of the goated WWE Tag Team Champions. And we have discussed that Jacob is also someone who could be a future world champion. You have 8 members of one faction who have 4 of them are already Hall of Fame locks. The other 4 have Hall of Fame potential. When all is said and done, do you think that the Bloodline could be the greatest faction of all time when it comes to WWE?
So I saw somebody that said, but people just talk all the time. They said it becomes a parody of NWO. I don't think so because you just
It's not.
broke it down. They could stand on their own merits, and you know who they are outside of just WWE. And there's no disrespect to NWO because Scott Norton was Raw. Fucking what's my dude name? He did a whole 180 when he got his looks over there. Pause. Brutus the barber. He
Yeah.
came over there. Virgil. You know the names. So it's Hall of Famers, but at the same time, they kind of became afterthoughts
Mm.
because it was so many people. Where it's like, all right, cool. It's Hulk and it's Mach by default as the leaders of NWO, and it really didn't even look like Mach being Macho Man. Whereas the bloodline, like you just said, these guys are known outside of WWE. Or now that they with WWE, it's kind of like if they disband the bloodline even today, they can get their own stuff cracking. And then they about to bring the one that walked like Herman Monster. I forgot his name, but he was with part of Bullet Club as well. He part of the family too, but
Hikuleu.
yeah, he could like yeah, he walk like Herman Monster. Like yeah, him. He walk like the Great Khali for real. Like
That's a
him,
fact.
he come over there cool. He just gonna be the muscle. But even though they got I mean they Samoans. Hell, they the muscle at 5 years old.
Yeah.
But with him, you know, what I mean, he come over there cool. I guess you just gonna be tall, bro. You just gonna be the tall Samoan with us. But Zilla keeps saying he about to come through, and not shit. Zilla is cold on his own merit too.
He
I'm
is.
glad he got his mind back and went back to reality of wrestling with Booker. He's supposed to be at House of Glory, so if I'm in town, I'm gonna definitely try to tap in, check him out. He should be up there ASAP too, because yes, he's a work in process, work in progress. I should say. I'm sorry about that, work in progress. But at the same time, he better than a lot of NXT workers. I can't hold you. Like, bro, let's keep it a bean, bro. He better than a lot of development at NXT.
I just think that like beyond that, because I haven't even assessed anybody from NXT that well. I do know that their product is really, really good right now. What I do know is that Booker puts out some really good products from reality of wrestling, based on just the people that we've seen that have come from under Booker's tutelage. Because the Usos were under his tutelage.
Well, that's
Roxanne was under
because
his.
Rikishi don't like his sons. Now he
Um,
do, but
now he do is crazy, but nah,
am I
I
lying?
like I feel like reality of wrestling Booker has a lot of quality products that come from under him. So I'm not surprised about that at all. But anyway, I was gonna say we're gonna move on. I want to know how y'all feel about Jacob and what it means for him to debut, for him to be a part of the bloodline. Leave a comment below. We're going to be moving on. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the Culture 316 podcast. If you like what you saw, I'm going to do that again. Ready? 3, 2. Thank you guys so much for watching the Culture 316 podcast. If you liked what you saw, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that you guys can stay up to date with all upcoming videos and events pertaining to Culture 316.